A $100,000 RV loses its fresh water tank on the first trip, held in place by self-tapping screws instead of structural steel. That's not a defect, that's a design philosophy. And it's only number 10 on our countdown of 10 reasons Americans are using a legal 25-year loophole to import older machines engineered for durability, not replacement. Starting with number 10. In the 10th place, a Texas owner's Forest River travel trailer lost its entire freshwater tank on its first journey, dropping hundreds of pounds of water onto the highway. The cause was an undersized steel bracket and self-tapping screws instead of structural fasteners. The official recall, RCLR-PT 24V 884, covers 2,137 units built with this defect, yet the owner's warranty claim languished for nearly 45 days. Dealer policy in Texas blocks independent repairs, forcing the owner to seek service across state lines and to cover towing out of pocket. When the claim finally reached Forest River, the manufacturer denied responsibility, stating the tank is not technically part of the frame. This incident, captured in owner-submitted footage and recall documents, reveals a system where expensive modern RVs can fail due to cost-cutting, and owners are left waiting, sometimes indefinitely, for a fix. The result is a growing search for alternatives that promise reliability over replacement. Number 9. Rapid sourcing through online exporters has changed how Americans respond to RV failures. Platforms like GooNet Exchange and BeForward now list thousands of eligible Japanese commercial vans and minibuses, updating inventories daily. With advanced search filters, buyers can pinpoint a specific model, year, and engine within minutes. Once a deposit is placed, exporters manage bidding, paperwork, and shipping, often securing a vessel slot within 7 to 14 days of the auction closing. Deposits are protected through escrow accounts, reducing risk and expediting the process. Sample invoices show average container rates of $2,800 to West Coast ports, with total transaction times from payment to arrival in the United States measured in weeks, not months. Community testimonials highlight the relief of replacing a failed RV without waiting for corporate approvals or dealer backlogs. For owners facing costly downtime, these exporters offer a direct, transparent route to a replacement vehicle, bypassing the slow-moving domestic warranty system. In 8th place, real-world results are now shaping the movement. A Washington-based owner documented a Toyota Hiace camper crossing 18 states and over 9,000 miles without a single breakdown. They logged each leg with GPS trackers and fuel receipts. In southern Utah, a converted Toyota Coaster has served as a full-time tiny home, racking up 10,000 off-grid miles in a single year. Its owner credits the mechanical diesel for trouble-free living beyond cell service. On a Montana cattle ranch, an Isuzu Elf flatbed is in daily use more than 300 days each year, hauling feed and fencing supplies across rough terrain where modern recreational vehicles and vans have repeatedly failed. These stories, shared through odometer photos, maintenance logs, and social media posts, move the discussion from theory to lived proof. Owners aren't just bypassing the dealer system, they are building a new model of vehicle ownership, one grounded in reliability and self-sufficiency. The next step is examining the support networks that make these platforms sustainable for the long haul. Number 7. Global service networks are quietly reshaping what it means to own a 25-year-old import in the United States. Toyota maintains over 1,200 commercial vehicle dealers across North America, while Isuzu supports 650 truck service centers, networks that extend deep into rural counties, not just urban hubs. For owners, this means a Hiace or Elf can be serviced in the same bays as local delivery trucks, with direct access to factory-trained technicians and diagnostic tools. Beyond the dealership grid, independent diesel shops outnumber RV specialists by a factor of 3 to 1, according to the latest ASE certification data. These shops routinely handle Japanese mechanical diesels and have built a culture around mobile repairs, roadside assistance, and quick turnaround for working vehicles. In Latin America and Africa, the same platforms benefit from a patchwork of authorized service points and informal mechanics, reinforcing the sense that expertise is rarely out of reach. For Americans weighing the risks of import ownership, The breadth of these networks provides a foundation of confidence before even considering parts availability or mechanical design. The result is a support system that stands in stark contrast to the limited dealer-only pathways faced by many modern RV owners. Number 6. The absence of diesel exhaust fluid and diesel particulate filter systems in 1990s. Japanese imports marks a clear departure from the complexity of modern diesel vehicles. Before 2007, diesel engines like the Toyota 1KZTE and Isuzu 4HF1 relied on mechanical injection and basic exhaust plumbing, free from after-treatment mandates. There is no diesel exhaust fluid tank, no sensors, and no particulate filter to trigger limp mode or strand an owner in rural Nevada. EPA regulations phased in diesel exhaust fluid and diesel particulate filter requirements after 2007, but the 25-year rule allows these older platforms to bypass that entire layer of emissions hardware. For American recreational vehicle owners, this translates into fewer breakdowns and lower costs. Industry data shows new recreational vehicles average $1,600 in diesel exhaust fluid sensor failures every 60,000 miles, with many owners forced to carry jugs of urea and wait weeks for parts. In contrast, a 1996 Hiace or Coaster simply has nothing to fail. No warning lights, no forced derates, and no proprietary electronics standing between the driver and the open road. This mechanical simplicity is not just a nod to nostalgia, it is a practical relief from the recurring downtime and expense that define the modern emissions era. Number 5. The foundation of the 25-year import movement lies in industrial tolerances and heavy-duty design, a philosophy that shaped Japanese commercial platforms like the Toyota Hiace, Toyota Coaster, and Isuzu Elf. These vehicles were engineered for relentless use, with thicker cast iron engine blocks, oversized bearings, and conservative power output as standard, not optional. Service manuals for the 15B and 4HF1 engines list a 10,000-hour overhaul interval, roughly double the design life of most modern RV diesels. Fleet maintenance records from Japanese logistics companies routinely document units surpassing 500,000 kilometers before a major rebuild. Frame rails on these platforms exceed SAE Class 5 specifications, a rating typically reserved for medium-duty trucks in North America. This overbuilt approach means that a Hiace or Elf can endure years of daily hauling, steep grades, and rough terrain without succumbing to the fatigue failures common in cost-cut consumer models. For American owners, the result is a platform that inspires confidence not just for weekend trips, but for long-term, high-mileage ownership. Next, the focus shifts from robust construction to the modular repairability that makes these machines practical to keep on the road for decades. Number 4. Repairability and modular mechanical layout stand at the heart of why these imported platforms keep moving when others sit idle. The Toyota Hiace, for example, allows a full fuel injector replacement in just 5 hours, a job that can immobilize a modern van for days. The Isuzu Elf's tilt cab design lets a mechanic swap a clutch in under 3 hours, with direct access to the transmission and driveline. In the Coaster, coach panels and interior systems are attached with reusable fasteners, not adhesives or hidden rivets, so owners can remove and reinstall components repeatedly without damaging the structure. Factory workshop manuals for these models break down every service procedure into clear, time-stamped steps, reflecting a design built for field repairs, not dealer dependency. By minimizing labor hours and making even complex jobs feasible in a driveway or basic shop, these vehicles translate mechanical simplicity into real savings, both in downtime and in out-of-pocket cost. This approach bridges industrial durability with practical ownership, setting the stage for a closer look at the long-term economics in the next section. Number 3. The 5-year total cost of ownership draws a sharp line between the import route and the modern Class B RV market. A new Class B van, priced near $120,000, typically drops to $80,000 after 5 years, a $40,000 hit before factoring in repairs. By contrast, a 25-year-old Japanese import, often acquired for $25,000 to $30,000 including shipping, holds its value with losses measured in just a few $1,000s over the same period. Depreciation curves from NADA and classified listings confirm this pattern. The import retains most of its purchase price, while the American RV sheds value quickly. Annual repair costs tell a similar story. Modern RV owners report average bills of $5,200 per year, with proprietary system failures running $3,000 to $8,000 per incident. Owners of imported Toyota Hiace and Isuzu Elf platforms serviced at independent diesel shops average less than $1,200 per year. The result is a total 5-year ownership cost that can be $60,000 to $80,000 lower for the import path. Money that stays in the owner's pocket, not tied up in depreciation or dealer invoices. For many, this is the decisive factor that turns a legal loophole into a practical strategy. Next, attention shifts to how parts, logistics, and global supply chains make this alternative sustainable for the long haul. Number 2, the question of parts availability often lingers as the last major hesitation for would-be import owners. Contrary to the belief that sourcing components for a 1990s Japanese platform is a logistical gamble, the reality is defined by speed and transparency. Consumable items such as filters, belts, and brake pads are routinely stocked at U.S. chains like Napier, with cross-reference part numbers for the Toyota 1KZ-TE and Isuzu 4HF1 engines. When a specialty part is needed, online brokers in Japan maintain live inventories and ship directly to American addresses using DHL, with average delivery timelines of 3 to 5 business days. For example, a Hiace injector set ordered on Monday can arrive by Friday, documented by shipping invoices and import tracking records. In stark contrast, an owner waiting on a proprietary slide motor for a new Class B van may face a 26-week back order, as shown in dealer emails and manufacturer notices. The ability to restore a 25-year-old import within days, not months, removes the final barrier to long-term reliability and sets the stage for understanding why these platforms endure where modern systems stall. Engine reliability forms the backbone of the 25-year import movement. The Toyota 1KZ-TE routinely clocks over 400,000 kilometers on its original bottom end, with mechanics still finding strong compression and clean oil even at 350,000 kilometers. The 15B engine, built for non-stop shuttle duty, has logged 500,000 kilometers in Japanese coaster fleets before needing a major overhaul. Isuzu's 4HF1, running a mechanical injection pump, shrugs off poor diesel and keeps going where modern engines would fail. One Hiace owner's journey of 350,000 kilometers needed only oil changes and valve adjustments. Fleet logs and compression tests confirm these engines' longevity. As one diesel tech says, "Just keep oil in them. They'll run forever." Across every example, one pattern stands out. Americans are opting for 1990s Japanese vans and trucks because durability, repairability, and transparent economics now matter more than features or branding. These choices are not nostalgia. They are a protest against engineered obsolescence. Next time, we will break down the exact models and importers driving this shift.